All right, cool. All right, so now that we're all together in the right place, my name is Corey Mayo. I have been kind of working with Heather and Rachel for a little while now. I absolutely adore both of these women. They are both powerhouses. So for those of you who are on their team, they're amazing. I love working with them, and I love watching their stories unfold and going to them for advice and inspiration. So I'm super excited to be hosting this call with you guys. I have been a coach for 6.5 years. I've been actively building my business for about 4 years. And it's something that I really, really love. But as you guys know, as coaches, we're always constantly learning and growing and evolving and trying to find what works best. So if you've been a coach long enough, you probably were in the time when you would post something different every single day on your social media platform to provide value or get engagement with your followers and just kind of build that trust, right? Like Monday was Motivation Monday, Tuesday was Transformation Tuesday, Wednesday was Wellness Wednesday, Thursday was Throwback Thursday. Like, does that ring a bell? Like just trying to do like all these different topics every single day to provide value and to give a little bit of variety. So that's something that I used to do. And I did that for a really long time. And I have kind of found that it was kind of confusing for people to follow because I was constantly changing my message. So tonight, what I want to share with you girls is putting out on social media what we want to attract. And for me personally, hitting Success Club and gaining challengers is incredibly easy for me because I do have a strong transformation and I share my physical transformation very regularly. I talk about my physical transformation. It's easy to talk about the fitness side of things. Give me just a second. I'm going to make sure everybody is muted. Okay. There we go. So it's easy for me to talk about that. So I was finding that I was attracting a lot of challengers. I was hitting Success Club, 20s and above pretty easily every single month, but I wasn't enrolling coaches and I wasn't attracting working coaches. Sure, I would get a discount coach here and there, but really for those of us who want to build a substantial business and that residual income, we don't want to have to hustle on commission for the rest of our life, right? We want to build that residual income that if we have a baby and we want to take a couple weeks off to be with our baby, we still have that income coming in with working active coaches. So I started reevaluating what I was sharing on social media and what my message was, because what we put out there is what we attract. And something that really hit home for me is Rachel Hollis, when she did her call for Beachbody a couple months ago, and she said, don't show me the what, show me the lifestyle. And maybe you've heard that before, but for me, it was like, duh, yes. Don't show me the Shakeology. Don't show me the shaker cup. Don't show me the product. Show me the lifestyle that you're gaining from that, right? Are you healthier? Are you happier? Do you have more energy when you drink Energize to keep up with your kids and do household things? Show me what you're getting from the products and from your lifestyle, not the product, okay? People don't want to be sold to, and that's even more now than ever because people are constantly spammed with other MLMs that just put like a salesy post up, or they're sending you a message. I got a message yesterday from a girl that said, hey girl, I hope you and the family are great. I just wanted to reach out because I'm really close to hitting the $750 bonus. And I was wondering if you would try out a product to help me. And I'm like, so I sent her a message. I was really nice and, just kind of told her that was really off-putting. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. And but people are getting that all the time. Okay. And it's like when you go to a car lot to buy a car and you see the salesperson coming up to you, you're like, I just want to look without having you cramming shit down my throat and trying to sell me. Right. So we need to showcase the lifestyle. So that's what I want to talk to you about tonight and give you some tips on how to share the lifestyle without being pushy and salesy. And Heather is amazing at showcasing her lifestyle and putting her story out there on social media. So you guys have a really strong leader as far as that's concerned. And I get a lot of inspiration from her as well. But it's showing what you're gaining, you know, what the community, the different things that coaching has done for you to attract those who want that in their life as well. Okay. So I'm going to give you 4 tips on sharing what we want to share on social media to attract what we want to attract. So number 1, what is your post intention? Are you trying to provide value to your followers? Are you trying to fill your challenge group and connect with challengers? Or are you working on leading a mentorship and working on recruiting and sharing more about coaching? That's the first thing we need to decide. What is the message? What is our intention? Okay, so that way we know what we're putting out there. It's kind of like when you create your avatar, you don't want to just cast a net and try and get everybody. You want to cast a net and talk to the people who you relate with, the person that you want to go and have coffee with, the person that you want to go on team retreats with. You want to talk to the people who you relate to, not who everyone relates to. Okay, and that's our magic sauce as coaches. We're all different. So if you're speaking to your avatar, if you're speaking to your tribe, you will connect with them. But if you're just trying to talk to everybody, you will talk to nobody. Okay? All right. So tip number 1 is to have an intention behind your post. Is it to connect with challengers? Is it to connect with coaches or potential coaches? Or is it to connect or just provide value with your followers? Okay? That leads me into number 2, which is have a weekly focus. Okay? I'm sure many of you have heard jab, 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 right hook, right? We're not constantly hooking. We shouldn't be constantly hooking because guess what? People are going to keep scrolling because they're going to be like, she's trying to sell me again, and you become white noise. So you need to be jabbing and then have a strong right hook at the end of several jabs. Okay? So I'm going to go into that a little bit. I want you to think about what has coaching done for you? Okay? What are the different things that you have gained from coaching? Just make a list. What has it done for you? What have you gained? There's so many things that this opportunity gives us, not just income, you guys, and not just fitness. Like there's so many more things that I know that you're gaining from being a part of this team and a part of this community and this business. Okay? So write a list. What does that look like for you? I'm going to use an example of belief. So if we have a focus throughout the week and we're talking about belief, every day through the week, we're going to give a jab on belief and what belief has done for you. So it's belief in yourself, belief in the products, belief in the community, belief in the opportunity of being able to do something other than a 9-to-5. Okay? And then at the end of that week, after sharing your different versions of belief and what this business has done for you to build that belief with all those different things, you're going to give a right hook. Because all week you've been talking to those people who are lacking belief. And they want to connect with belief. They want to have more belief in their life. So at the end of the week, you're going to give a hook asking people who want more belief with themselves, in their life, in their dreams, to join you in the coaching opportunity. Okay? So it's kind of like writing a story. Instead of, remember how in the beginning I said having a different theme every single day and being all over the place, and it's like you're starting a new chapter every single day and your followers are like, what is she talking about? Where is she going? What is this? What is the message? We have to create a clear message. And the way that we do that is to continue to give small jabs throughout the week with a focus and then giving that right hook. Okay? It keeps them coming back for more because they want to know more of your story, right? They want to continue. They get drawn in to that story and they want to keep learning. Okay? So having a focus. I'm just going to go back to my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm a little bit frazzled because we got started off so rocky. Okay, so then we have the hook at the end of the week. It's kind of like telling our story. We're making sure we're not making a new chapter every single day, but we're telling a little bit of piece of the story every single day. Okay. We want to be clear with our message. And another thing that you can do, so that's talking about like the full week, but we also need to think about in terms of planning for the whole month, right? So we might have one topic that coaching has done for us that we're going to talk about for that entire week, but the monthly schedule might look something like, okay, the first 2 weeks I'm talking about challenge groups and what challenge groups have done for me and your fitness and things like that to fill your challenge group and hit Success Club. And then maybe your focus for the last 2 weeks of the month is going to be on recruiting. So you're sharing more about your coaching journey and the coaching opportunity. There's a fine balance, you guys. We can't just talk about coaching and we can't just talk about challenge groups. We have to find a balance between the two. Okay. So kind of look at your month and see what that looks like for you. But I feel it's very important, and I'm finding it's very important to have a focus and stick with one and not be one day talking about challenge groups and the next day talking about coaching. Okay. So having that focus, make sure you make that list of what coaching has done for you. You guys take 10 to 15 minutes and just start jotting down all the different things that coaching has done for you. Okay. Number 3, let me take a quick drink quick. Are we good yet? I have to have a plan or otherwise Beachbody may be thrown up on my page. Oh, and we all have those posts that we're just like, I just got to put something up, right? We all have those days. Yeah, so important to create a monthly calendar. So tip number 3 is, are you connecting? Okay. Creating the post and the content is only half of the work, you guys. And if you're putting good content out there, it takes time. I mean, you can't craft a good story post or telling a version of your story in 5 minutes. That's what we used to do. It was like several posts throughout the day, like 3 to 5 posts a day. And it was just a quick post that you could literally probably in 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 5, bust it out. But now that it's such white noise to have several posts throughout the day and we really need to connect with people, posts take 10, maybe 15 minutes to craft, right? So putting it out there, that's not all of the work. We need to make sure that we're connecting with the people who are engaging on our posts. So the people who are liking and commenting, okay? We need to make sure that we're reaching out. Hey girl, thank you so much for the love of my post. I greatly appreciate you. Have you ever considered coaching? And even if you don't want to ask if they've ever considered it, connect with them. Thank them for engaging on your post. Start building that relationship and having conversation. Okay? So making sure that you're connecting once you've created the post. And my last tip is to be you. Share your story. Be bold. Try new things. See what works. You guys, the only thing that is failure is if you don't do anything at all. Everything else is a learning curve. And know this, please know this, not every post is a home run. Some posts will get crickets, and that's okay. It happens to everyone. It happens to my friend Meg, who's a 15-star diamond coach and earns 7 figures a year. She still gets crickets on posts. It happens at every stage of the game, whether you are a brand new coach, you are in the middle of your journey, or you are, reaching for the stars. Okay? It happens at every stage. So don't take it personally. And it's usually the post that you feel like, oh, I really poured my heart out. It's going to be, it's going to be amazing. And then it's like, and then your heart's like, oh, I just put my whole life on the line and nobody commented and nobody liked. Guys, there's too many factors. It's not always the content. Sometimes it's the time of day. Sometimes it's a word that you put in there and they, shadow ban you or whatever. There are so many different factors. So don't take it personally. Just keep being you, trying different things, tweaking the time of day that you're sharing it, okay? And keep posting, okay? Yay. That's all I have for that. I went through it pretty quickly. Let me see what, any questions you guys have. I'm just going to read through the comments really quick. Make sure there's nothing.
Thank you so much, Corey. That was awesome.
Yeah. Again, I apologize that the wrong link. Gosh, how embarrassing.
So funny. I didn't read all the comments, Melissa. What were they saying?
So one of them was Meg, right? Like I recognized somebody, and then I was like, oh, well, maybe like she invited somebody else on here, and then I was like, I'm scrolling through and I'm not seeing the people, and then I hear them. They're like, well, maybe they gave out the wrong link, and then I saw Corey hop on and then hop off, and I was like, okay, so we totally just invaded somebody's call, and Corey's not on here anymore. And they're like, I wonder if Corey gave the wrong link. So they must have recognized you too, because they're like, I wonder if Corey gave the wrong link or Gina or somebody. I don't know. And then in the chat there was like 2 questions, and one of them was like, "Are they Beachbody coaches?" Like, get out of here! And I saw like Alicia in there too, so I sent her a message. I was like, "We're in the wrong call. Get out!"
When I hopped on, it was just one girl, and she was just staring at me and started. And I was like, is this Heather's link? She's like, I don't know.
I bet they all got off. I bet they were like, let's just get on a new call.
I know.
They're like, this link is bad. It's been hijacked.
I was like, okay, let's go.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to ask Delana because I have no idea where that came from. Who knows?
So funny.
But you saw Meg on there?
What's it like?
I thought so, and then I thought somebody said Megan. Like, I thought her name said Megan.
It wasn't Megan.
That wouldn't make sense, but I thought I saw like Ecclestein, like, and then I was like, wait, maybe that's not her. And then I was like, what's happening? And I was like, just get out!
Evacuate!
Retreat!
Oh my god. That's awesome.
I have to host a call at 9, and I just want to go to sleep.
Oh, energized, but you don't want to do that right before
I
bed.
was gonna say, why are you putting on makeup? I'm like looking through at all the people. I'm just like, I'm
only had yesterday
30. It's like,
one, so it's like I should probably put some more on top of this.
you got a hot date? Well, at least something that's happening here.
No, I didn't even sleep last night. Corey, you guys we can add you to our flash sale if you want to check it out. Were you guys planning on doing one of those? It went so good. So good.
Yeah, I saw the post. You guys are doing it tomorrow?
Yeah, so I'm hosting one with Meg and Allison Clark and Nissa.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So we're doing that
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Really good. So good luck.
Thank you. We're excited for it. I think it'll be fun.
Before we get off, can I do a boomerang and a picture, please?
Yeah, me too. Or you just send it to me.
All right, someone do boomerang first, so do something. Ready? Set. All right, now we'll do a picture. All right, ready? Oops. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yay.
Totally cheesing that whole time. Like, I'm ready.
Did you take it yet?
So funny. April and I have this video from like the last blizzard we had. We thought my mom was taking a picture of us, and she's like, "Say cheese," and we're like, "Cheese," and she's taking a video of us, and we're just like,
Story of my life.
for like ever, yeah.
All right, bye guys. Happy Monday. Thanks, Corey.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye.
All right, guys. Does anybody have any questions? No?
So I do. So your list, you made your list of things, and then you just pick one a week.
Yeah.
And that's your focus basically, and then you just repeat.
Yeah.
So do you add that on your monthly calendar then? Yes. Your topic of the week?
Yes. So that's something new I just started doing because I wanted to start sharing more about coaching. And my friend Allison, she's like, because she now has been able to leave her full-time job and stay at home. but she loves traveling. She doesn't have kids yet. And so she's like, I found that it was really confusing to like one day be talking about staying at home and being able to leave my job and be home, and the next day talking about traveling and, you know. So her and I, a couple, I don't know, like 6 months ago or something like that, we're talking about that. And I'm like, that just makes so much more sense to have one focus, or even if it's like 4 or 5 days, but not changing your center of focus like every other day, because I feel like that's too confusing.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
And then it's easier to craft the post all week because you have a topic. You know, it's not like I have to think of, oh, what am I, you know, like on a day where your kid is like screaming and you hate life and you're like, oh, fuck, what am I grateful for today? Like,
what do I do?
Shit doesn't come so easily then. So
I want to go like this. What do I do?
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. Thanks, lady.
All right, girls. Well, thank you so much for being on. I hope that gave you some value and was helpful. I appreciate you all being on. I, again, apologize for the mishap with the link, but we'll talk with you later.